And welcome back. Today we got something pretty good here. As you guys know, we try to get all the smart home security stuff going for you guys. And after checking these guys out at CES, some amazing stuff here. So we're gonna check this one out. Okay, so as you guys know here, anytime we get stuff like this, I have my little mock-up door here to show you guys how to set it up properly and how to get it all going there. So we're gonna have this going here. So with Philips has this really nice, smart deadbolt door lock. So multiple ways of locking and unlocking. You do have a fingerprint mode, you have a key, you also have a PIN code, and you could do it on your phone. It does have an auto lock feature, which is pretty good for people running in and out of the house. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and look and see what this one is. This one is the 4000 series also. Now, some of the features here that I know people always like to ask is can I actually share this with family members? You can. You have to get the app, and it's gonna be the Philips Home Access app, and I'll show you guys how to do that too. So like just sharing it from family members, it's gonna be super simple, and I'm gonna show you guys how that actually works. So okay, let's go ahead and open this guy up and see everything that we get here. So the first thing is, this is the template, and the template is kind of gives you instructions here like how to do it. Pretty simple. You just set it up and line everything up. Tells you here with the door how it's going to go with the measuring. So follow the instructions if this is like one of your first times setting up a lock like this. You do get a quick start guide here, and again, this will tell you how to measure everything. It also gives you here some more detailed instructions, and then it has a little ruler here, so that way you guys could use it. And then of course your full user manual. Now take some time. I know most, well, not all, but most men don't like to read, and you'll probably notice here that I'm not going to read, and hopefully I don't mess this up, but yeah. Instructions are extremely simple. Definitely don't skip any of the steps here. I'm going to keep this here because I'm going to reference it. Now, here is part of the lock, and it says this side against the door. So obviously, this is going to go right up against the door like this, and then you're going to have the other end. This one, this is where you're going to hook up your power. So just keep that in mind. But everything is labeled here, top, bottom. When you pop this off, this one you just slide it up like this, and it'll come off just like that. 4 AA batteries, and then there is a reset button right there, so just keep that in mind. Now remember, this goes inside your house, not outside. This part's gonna go inside your door. Yeah, I've had people say that they've done it backwards. That's why you read instructions. Okay, here is the other half of it. Now with this one, that's going to be your outside. This is going to go straight through, and that's going to connect to that blue right there. So here is the other side, the outside part. So pretty simple. You want to take this part off, and that's going to be where your fingerprint is going to be. Touch the wake up keypad, and you'll see the letters and stuff right there, the numbers, so you can just take that off right there. So I'll leave this on for now. But yeah, when you put it in, this is the outside part. This is pretty much when you put it in, it's gonna come just straight on like that. Or if you want to see it from the other end, this part's gonna come right through, and that's how it's gonna sit. So pretty standard and simple. Okay, got a couple things here. You do have some keys. Now, the way these keys work, I know it's the fingerprint on here, so you just want to push this up, just like that, and then the key is going to go right in here. And that's where you could turn it. Once you're done, just close it. Now, it is a little bit hard to move it, so you just practice moving it a couple times just to break the new car feel on it, and you should be good to go. Okay, now the next thing is, looks like this, there is a little thing here. Could be a little sensor, about to find out in a second. And then you do get, well, that's cool. They actually give you some brand new batteries, so pretty nice. Last thing, pull out the box, and you will get a bunch of stuff here that you will need for this thing. So let's make some room here. So in the box, you will have pretty much the plate that's going to go on here. So you're just going to want to take all this stuff out. This one, it does, and they are labeled. It says door step side. So it has a thing, the door step side. So that's where you're going to want to put it, either that way or the opposite way. Now for me, I have a pretty standard plate right here, so it should fit pretty good. You do have your deadbolt lock right there. So this is pretty much where this is going to go. Pretty easy. It's going to fit snug. The holes line up. It's very, very standard, so just keep that in mind. And then you'll get some other platings here, some other screws. Yeah, everything is going to be all right there. So let's go ahead and start setting this together. Now, when you do put this in, there is it's probably kind of hard to see, but right here, it's going to say up. Now, when you do put it in, you got to be sure that side does say up when you put it in. There's only one way of putting it in. So there it is right there. That's how that's going to go. Pretty simple. Now, again, remember I said you got to look at the instructions because you never know what's going to happen if you do this wrong. Now, the cool thing about the instructions is if you do have a brand new door, it actually tells you with that other paper with the measurements that you go around it, it tells you where the holes are at, where you can screw. Everything is pretty good. Okay, so you get your little screws, then you come here and pretty much secure the deadbolt down. So pretty simple. Okay, so you do have some additional screws here, and this plate is where you're going to want to secure. You're going to want to secure it here on the actual door. So pretty simple how this thing works. It does say this angle on the door, and then it has a little arrow pointing upwards, so should be pretty simple. So what I typically do when I put this in, I want to be sure I'm guiding the track right in through the bottom piece of this, just right towards the bottom, and then this you have to make sure it's horizontal for that little for the receiver to come through. So just like that, pretty easy. Now to secure this thing, you do have two screws, and the two screws are going to be like this. When you put the plate down, you want to guide the electric wire right through, and then put that rod right inside. So very, very simple, very, very easy. You do have the two holes right here. That's where this comes in. I typically just put one in, I hold the back in, and then I try to feel for the other side. Once I do, I just start screwing it on by hand. And for the most part, it finds its way through. So sometimes you do have to just shift it around a little bit, and you should be able to get locked right in. Once you get one down, then it's pretty much set. Now this is pretty much locked in. On the other side, this plate now is pretty much locked in. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. These sliders, that's how you're gonna get this thing to stay on. This blue part, you need to move this around. It should be straight up and down for this thing to be horizontal, just like that. So make sure it's horizontal. Now, from here, that little white piece right there, that's where this is going to connect, and it should be pretty simple putting it in. The hardest part, well, this is the fun part. The hardest part is going to be you have a little bit of extra slack, so you have to make sure you bend it right up in here, so that way you have plenty of room. And then the last part here is just going to be pushing these two in together. Make sure these tabs are all the way up. Put it in flush, and then snap these two things right in just like that. So now we should be good to go. So typically what I do is I will open it, close it, open it, close it, just to get everything moving. Pretty simple and easy. Let's go ahead and take the plate off on this, and then we're gonna put in our batteries. Now the way to know if this thing's working is gonna start making some noises. So you'll see the lights turn on, and yeah, so it's making its sounds. Everything looks pretty good. Okay, we have it all set up. If you look right here, if I touch it, it has my code. If I want to test the keys, again, you just have to slide this up and put it in. Now, just the whole setup process right now. There it goes, says door locked. So pretty good. Now the whole total setup process was about 40 minutes. Just getting the right screwdrivers, like, and all that stuff. So be patient, it does take a minute. Okay, now the app. Here's the next part that we need to figure out. So the app you want to get is called Philips Home Access. So you want to do is just hit install, give it a few seconds, and then open the app. Now when you do open the app, you want to be sure you either sign in or log in or sign up. So if you don't have an account, sign up and you should be fine. Once you do, you're going to get these notifications that says, do you want to allow this, allow that? Just allow everything for now, give it a nickname, and then you should be good to go. Okay, so once you're set up, you want to hit something that says add device. Now when you do that, it's going to say while using the app, it's going to ask for the QR code. But it says I actually don't have to use the QR code because it already found it. So very, very simple. It says I've already installed the device and now it's looking for the Bluetooth connection. Now from here, it says set up a master PIN code. So just like this, set up a master PIN code, and then you just hit next, next, next. Now that little white thing that I pulled in earlier was a sensor. So I'm gonna hit skip for now because I don't want to put it. And then it says there's a permanent code. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my permanent code here. Once it's done, that's it. So I just gave him my device name. I'm gonna hit complete. And now this thing is done. The instructions on the setup on this thing is just extremely simple. I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. So there you go, pretty simple. Yeah, once that app is set up, you just lock, unlock. Anytime I move it, it's gonna say it's locked and stuff like that. So pretty simple. And all it is just a tap of a button and this thing works. Now, you do have a fingerprint option here, and this is at the very bottom. You have fingerprint, you have PIN code, and then activities. So different stuff there. If you hit fingerprint, it's gonna say, go ahead, add fingerprint. Same thing with PIN code. You could add different PIN codes for family members. Pretty simple. Now, when you are on that screen, on the top right-hand corner, there's that little cog button right there. It's gonna say device name, auto lock, door sensors, away mode, sound settings, language, change master code, device information, and then unbind. It'll unsync from the phone. And then when it comes to sharing with other people, you just back out of here, and at the bottom right in the middle, there is a sharing mode. So all you do is just hit that plus sign, and then you select the device you want to share, and then it says family access or guest access. Pretty simple on how it works. So let me know what you guys think. The setup on this thing is unbelievably easy. Once you do have it set up and you have it sync on the app, it is just extremely simple. From start to finish, just from getting everything done with the app, I would say maybe 30 to 45 minutes. Just make sure you're prepped with one of these guys and make sure everything is measured properly. If you're just swapping it from one door to the next, you should be good to go. There's no extra holes to be added onto the door. Everything should just be there already. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Try to get you guys here some pretty amazing stuff. With all that being said, you guys take care of each other. See you guys in the next one.